Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video and welcome back to City Skylines. I know I haven't been playing this game, or I haven't released a video for this game in a bit longer than usual, but I've been playing other games. I've been really invested and interested in other games, especially one-off, indie games and everything. I did it a bit more offline. It's not as much as last time, but it's still a pretty significant amount, I guess. This area down here is basically what I did, and I started expanding down here. So, as you can see, we've got some more stuff in here. We've got an airport added in the city's first airport. It gets enough passengers. I mean, it's a small airport and everything. If we have the space, which it could be over here, because that's where the majority of our space is, or over here, we could add that massive international airport. But I feel like our city's population isn't high enough yet. I feel like if we hit 200,000 people, we can put in that international airport. But for now, we're going to stick with this one. And judging by the fact that many people aren't using it yet, I'm going to assume that the city doesn't need another one of these, like on the other side or anything. I'm just going to assume that everybody that needs the airport is using it. So actually, if we pull up statistics here, about 79 people per week use it, citizens, and then 69 tourists per week use it. Taxis are barely getting used at all, and then of course the bus lines and everything are getting worked all hell and everything. But yeah, we have this stadium right here. And I wanted to put that in right next to the airport because I felt like that was a neat design idea, was to have it right next to the airport. So tourists coming in for a concert or a sporting event or something, they just come right here. There aren't really any hotels nearby because there hasn't been any demand for commercial zones. So they'd probably have to go a bit farther out to find hotels and everything, but wouldn't be too much of a big deal. I don't think. So other than that, haven't really done much of anything else except expand this. Of course, the Expo Center, I put that in. And I put in the art museum, and I also put in the tax office right here. Put this bad boy in there. So that's in there. And then we're just working on expanding down here right now. And once we, let me pause here because I don't want too much to happen without me doing anything while I'm talking. Once we're done here, we're going to finish off this area over here, and then we're going to start working our way. We're going to start filling in the area, before this train, section here. So we're going to work on this entire area here, even down here closer to the highway and everything. This area is going to stay the same until this entire area, what I was just talking about, is filled up with whatever is going there. So, yeah, those are kind of the short-term plans for everything. Long-term, we're definitely going to be like filling up every bit of space we have. So, we still got some considerable work to do in order to fill up this entire map. But we're getting closer. We're more than halfway there. So that's good. That's good. Okay. All right. Now I can put this back on. Pick it up a little bit. Let me see, what zones do we have? Okay, so offices need a little more space. Can do that. Why not give residential some space too? Yeah, every now and then a little bit of commercial demand will pop up, but then it goes right away. So I don't know if it's getting filled in another spot or something, or what, but there's no need for it right now. So I guess it's not a problem. And we are still having this issue where these high density commercial buildings aren't getting enough of the supplies that they need. And I honestly don't know if the offices, fill the need for those. If they do, we have a lot of offices, so I don't understand what the problem is besides possibly traffic halting everything. But other than that, I don't understand why they wouldn't be getting the supplies they need. Because I assume offices are fulfilling that, because low density industry which is the factories and everything, supplies the low-density commercial, right? So one would assume that the offices, which are the high-density industrial, would supply the high-density commercial. But I don't know if that's necessarily how it works. And if that is the case, where the offices don't provide that supply, then I don't know where or what provides the supplies necessary for those commercial buildings. So I may have to look that up. It seems like a rather simple question, but, you know, of course, I'm not smart. 1, 2, we have that whole issue going on over there, so I don't know what may be the cause of that. Yeah, right now I'm doing these inner 3 roads, and then once they're filled in, we will move to the outer roads here. And I really don't have a preference for what zone is closest to the highway. It appears that the residential buildings don't really mind being this close. They do mind if there's traffic buildup, which you can see there is right there. But they don't mind if there isn't traffic buildup. So there isn't any traffic buildup down here. So I don't think we're going to have any sort of problem. Let's put in another residential zone right there. Put in some more offices as well. I'm trying to kind of even it out, see which demand is eventually going to take over. Doesn't look like either one is giving any sort of ground. Yeah. Recently, I know, like, you guys probably saw it in the last episode, but even after that, we were having just a ton of death care problems. They all over the place, and invading even these areas where the coverage is really good. You know, they were just popping up everywhere. And now it's more of a case of people being sick than anything else, which I don't know if I understand that, because I have a lot of hospitals, clinics, and everything. The only thing that could be halting people from getting treated is traffic. Traffic is our biggest problem. It is causing all sorts of different problems. And frankly, I don't know how to fix traffic in areas like over here, where traffic is just generally really bad. I don't know how to fix it. Traffic over here, I don't know how to fix this either, because people are trying to come off of here, get in here, come in here, which takes them to this side. So this side is the root of all of our traffic problems, basically. So I don't know what we are going to do to fix that. I don't know how I can fix that. If you have any suggestions or tips, leave them down in the comment section below. I don't really know what I'm doing, frankly, in regards to handling traffic. The public transportation has worked a little bit, but it hasn't worked on those heavily congested roads that are on that other side. It's helped with the roads that were never really congested in the first place, but it hasn't helped with those heavily congested roads. So I don't know how I'm going to handle that. But yeah, leave your tips, suggestions down in the comment section below. I've played this game a lot, but I'm not a pro at it, so everything is accepted. And granted, even if I was a pro at this game, I would still accept and want suggestions from you guys and everything. Just for my own betterment at the game. Because Lord knows I'm probably going to end up playing this for a long time. Not only on the channel, but in my free time. My desire to play this game in my free time has kind of died off a little bit. I'm more absorbed into NBA 2K16 and Prison Architect right now. Especially NBA 2K16. After I released that first video for that series, I've just grown completely addicted to the game. And it's weird because I had the game on Xbox 360. And the Xbox 360 version and the PC version are two completely different games, it seems like. PC version has so much more to offer, looks so much better, it plays so much better. Ultimately, I like it better. So that may be why I'm addicted to it. That and NBA free agency is going on right now, and so I'm caught up in all of that. And then seeing, you know, players going to different teams and everything, like, drives me and motivates me to play. So there's that too. Okay, let's see. Residential hasn't necessarily come in yet. Alright, so we're gonna start filling in these little areas here, and then we'll move on to the outer roads and everything. Okay, now it's filled in. So we can put that in there. Do you guys have any good mod suggestions, by the way? I've been looking for more mods and anything to really improve my game. So if you have any suggestions for mods, let me know down in the comment section below, because I'm really open to suggestions, especially of that variety. Because, you know, mods. They're mods. They make the game better. For the most part. Alright, so residential is getting this entire side of the road here and down here. Because that's what the zone was for. So they're getting all of that. So that should kill the demand and work it for a little bit. Offices, they've got this little spot here they still need to fill in. And once they do, we'll go ahead and zone on this side. Because I don't know, maybe I want residential on residential here. Maybe I want residential buildings closer to the river. But the closest thing that they can view are the factories. The oil refineries and everything, so. I don't know. Maybe if they can look past that, you know. Maybe they won't care. Okay, offices. They will take this chunk right there. Alright, cool. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of these recently. Trees, serve sound barriers. Meh. Takes too long. I don't feel like doing that. And, by the way, yeah, in regards to, the soccer team and everything, we lost one game, way back in 2039. It's 2042 now. But, yeah, we lost a game, back then, and it made the entire city sad. Like, all you could see were frowny faces spreading across the entire city. It sucked. But it's okay, you gotta lose one every once in a while. Did they fill in this entire... Nope, they didn't. Okay. Alright, the offices are almost done with what they have. They just need to fill in that space there. And something's going there. Alright, cool. Well, the demand isn't there yet, so we're gonna wait. Alright, that's the last building there that needed to get filled in. Residential will now take that. Alright, cool. Offices. The demand is back, so they'll take that. Goody, 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 good. What's this complaint? Oh, that's people sick, right? Yeah. Just to double check, we'll make sure there's a clinic right there. Go to the clinic. Or have an ambulance pick you up or something. I'll put in another one right there, because why not? Why not? They're all getting sick anyway. Might as well do that. Death care. Is everything good with death care? Yeah, they're all good. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so we have a lot of crematorium availability. It's just, it's the traffic. It's what's holding those whatever the people are called that pick them up, pick the dead up. So that's what's holding them back. Especially over here, of course. Of course, the reason why these buildings are going abandoned is because of the commercial problem, where they're not getting the supplies. Oy. And which I was talking about earlier. I don't know how to remedy that. Something I need to look up. Alright, so demand is still there, but construction is kind of halted for a little bit. Well, not really. Going at the same pace it was before. It looks like residential is going to end up getting this section down here. But I don't know. Offices are neck and neck with residential. That's what I was looking for. God. I'd make a perfect sports announcer, you know. Just sit in front of my microphone, be like, it appears that the Chicago Fire scored a goal. For those of you that don't know, the Chicago Fire are a soccer team. And I hardly pay attention to Major League Soccer, but they're my favorite team. And I know they like sucked last season or this season or whatever season it is. They've been sucking recently, but I don't mind. I don't care. Like I said, I don't really care about Major League Soccer. Alright, so residential gets that. And that's the last of that, so I don't really have to pay attention to this area anymore. Now it's just a matter of building the infrastructure over here. And then we can call it an episode. You know what? We don't need any more bridges transitioning into this area, because if people really need to come over here, they'll use these bridges. Because they're not used at all. And I really feel like it's not going to be any sort of burden on people to make the journey up here. So let's go ahead and build the infrastructure. Excuse me, what? Oh, there's a thing there. Oops. Okay, so we gotta, guess, put it dead center. There we go. Yeah, there we go. This is what I want. Yeah. There we go. Can I? Yeah, I can do that. Cool. It's kind of weird having those two intersections that close together, but it doesn't really matter. In fact, it probably doesn't matter to you guys at all. It's just I get bothered by weird stuff. You know, aesthetic stuff. For whatever reason. Like, if stuff isn't even, I get upset. Yeah, that looks alright. Doesn't look tremendously bad. Damn it! There's a gap! There's a fucking gap. Oh, I don't want that. I want efficiency. I want as many buildings packed together as I possibly can. So, what I may end up doing... Thing is that, will this hurt me or help me if I do this the rest of the way down? I feel like it can only help, so we're gonna do that. There we go. There we go. And I gotta put the bus lines in too, that's right. I gotta make sure I don't forget that when I'm building new areas. Because bus lines are important. People need to ride the bus so that they can get from one place to another. That is the point of the bus, believe it or not. And there we go. Alright, cool. So there's a little gap in between here. I don't mind that. It was just that gap was much larger than the other one. I gotta make sure water is serviced here. I forget to do that too. Water's, you know, just inessential to life. I mean, it doesn't really matter all that much. So I guess me forgetting about it doesn't matter all that much. There we go. Cool. Alright, guys. Well, that's the infrastructure for this area. We're not going to start zoning yet because I don't want to do that yet. We'll save that for next episode. But here you can get a glimpse of all the icons, all the problems we have in our city. Like I said earlier, if you have any mod suggestions or tips or anything, leave them down in the comment section below. If you have any regular suggestions or tips, especially for how to handle this commercial problem, the traffic problem, actually. The traffic problem is what I wanted suggestions for. If you have any tips for that, leave them down in the comment section below. The link down to the game is in the description box below for you. It's on sale right now for the Steam Summer Sale, but there's only a day left by the time you're watching this video. So you're going to want to, if you want to get it, you got to get it now. I believe it's $12, which is a steal for this game. So definitely pick it up if you can afford it. But if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for more gaming content to play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.